Hey everyone, how's it going? We are here at the Contemporary Resort for another Disney discussion. We're going to talk about a lot of things today, including, but not limited to, some of the best dining on property. We've had the opportunity to experience a couple of weeks now, a few weeks if you will, try a variety of different dining spots, and so we'll talk about some of our favorites thus far, maybe some we're looking forward to trying as well. Mike, do you care to kick us off? You want to talk about, here are your options.
I'm ready.
Talk about the week thus far, you know, how you've been feeling with the week and how things are going in terms of the feeling, getting acclimated, or you can discuss dining, and your favorites and what you're looking forward to most.
Well, excuse the yawn, but let's talk about dining first.
Okay, great.
I think that's a good starter point. We just actually came away from Contempo Cafe, so it's on my mind. And for a while, my favorite burger at Walt Disney World was the Bison Burger at Geyser Point. I don't want to take away from how good it is. The problem is inconsistency. We had it, together years ago. I want to say years ago.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. Best burger I ever had. Then I went back by myself, and I tried the Bison Burger again. Best burger I ever had. Then we went back together.
Right.
Once we moved here, and it was great. I'm going to say great, but not like the greatest. Yep. So we came to Contempo Cafe, and I knew that the Smokehouse Burger, the Contempo Smokehouse Burger, was already amazing. But then we had it shortly after the Bison Burger, and it was just like, whoops, bye. Okay, Bison Burger, see you later. And to me, the Contempo Smokehouse Burger just kind of topped the charts right at that moment.
Yeah.
Of course, there are others I want to try, but right now, topping the charts for me in terms of dining we've had recently, Contempo Smokehouse Burger.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm right there with you. Had that same experience getting the Bison Burger. I remember it being a lot stronger of a burger candidate than it was on our most recent trip. And, I want to go back and try it again at some point and see if it's changed, if it's improved.
So do I.
But it really didn't measure up this most recent trip. Completely agree with you here. This Contempo Burger, which was your suggestion completely, absolutely amazing. Best burger we've had thus far. And is definitely on my list of best dining dishes, especially if you're looking for a quick serve and a burger.
One note, I think one that has the potential to be on your top 3 burgers at Disney.
Great.
Yak and Yeti. I don't think you've tried the burger there. The new, I don't know if it's new or not, so don't quote me on that one, but the Kobe burger at Yak and Yeti. And I've had great Kobe burgers before. If you have a Cheesecake Factory near you, try their Kobe burger. So good. But the one at Yak and Yeti is unbelievable. I think that one is going to be in competition. I'm not saying it's going to beat Smokehouse.
Sure.
But I think it's going to be in competition, at least for you.
Cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I definitely have to keep my eyes open for that. And Yak and Yeti is one of my favorite dining venues. I feel like everything we've had there has been amazing. So I can't name a particular dish right now because it's been so long since we've tried it, but that's one I'm looking forward to getting back to. And that is definitely a spot, if you're in the Animal Kingdom, you're looking for table service, that I would recommend as a solid dining option as well.
One side note, they do have a counter service. In my opinion, not as good. Yeah, they do. Instead, not as good as table service. You do want to shoot for table service, but if you can't get table service, try counter.
Okay.
They have it next to it just in case.
Good to know.
You've never tried it.
I've never tried it.
Yeah.
That's not the truck, is it?
No. That's on a Depot ice cream truck.
Interesting.
Different place. So if you look at Yak and Yeti, you see table service right next to it. It's not all. I think when we've been there, maybe it wasn't open, or we just didn't see it because it's kind of like hidden in plain sight, more or less. But
so it's inside.
No, it's not inside.
Not inside.
So you see the door, and as you enter, it's to the right of that.
Okay. There's a building next to it.
Yeah, more or less.
Cool. Sounds good. I have to check that one out too. Great. Another one I think we've already touched on a little bit, but is definitely for me in the list of best dining options. Some of my favorite food on property is Sanaa. Sanaa is like up there, definitely top 3 for me. That bread service, I love that brati as well. I feel like you probably cannot lose at Sanaa.
I don't care what time of day it is, what day of the week, you're gonna love Sanaa. Period. Paragraph. I mean, that's your solution right there. You need somewhere to eat, try Sanaa.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. I would go back and I would try a bunch of different things, although I loved what I had as well.
Yeah.
The desserts, I feel like, was not our favorite thing.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I thought that coffee, I already forgot what it is, coffee mousse.
Right.
Was going to be phenomenal. And I had it before. It was one of the best ever. Went back with you. We tried it together. It was not even close to what I had before. Not even close. So to me, that was just, you missed a little bit right there. But the food was unbelievable.
Yeah. I would totally go back for the bread service. I'd totally go back for the entree. I'd probably skip the dessert if it were me in the future.
I can see myself skipping dessert there too.
Great.
Yep.
while we're on the subject of dessert, and we're talking about best dining here, I want to call out some of the best dessert options for those of you who are the dessert lovers. All right?
I'm ready.
So one of the places that I have in mind is Ample Hills.
Oh gosh. Well,
Yes.
shouldn't have brought that one up.
Maybe
Whoops. Whoops.
not. I was just blown away by Ample Hills.
We tried a bunch of flavors too.
Yeah.
What flavors did we try? We actually had chocolate milk and cookies.
Yeah.
We tried so many other flavors. I can't even remember them. One was like an oatmeal one. What was cotton candy?
There was just so many. We tried 4 different flavors, I
Yeah.
want to say. Cotton candy sounds
There's
about
a
right.
peanut butter one.
They were all just absolutely amazing.
And the names
oatmeal,
are great.
Yeah,
They have great names for it too.
Yeah.
I love that.
they really do. So that's a spot.
That's a great spot.
That's a spot for sure.
You can't miss that one for sure.
That's the number one that comes to mind for me for desserts. Do you have something else that comes to mind?
Okay, Ample Hills is up there.
Okay.
But while we're listing out dessert spots, I cannot avoid pineapple lanai at Polynesian Village with the Dole Whip. It's a mainstay. It's a classic. It does not get old, and I love it. Thinking of other desserts too, I'm trying to think of besides ice cream, because I was thinking of Le Artisan de Glace. When
Right.
you talk about ice cream, you start comparing it to Ample Hills. You,
Right.
you can't really play that game. It's unfortunate, but you can't play that game.
Now you know.
Yeah, now you know. The caramel kuchen in Germany.
Oh, yes.
And the caramel
Oh, yes.
popcorn we had.
Oh,
Talk about that. Talk about that.
that was amazing. I have never had caramel popcorn. I wasn't expecting much from caramel popcorn.
No.
Was absolutely blown away by caramel popcorn here, folks. Caramel popcorn, blown away.
I cannot believe I've never tried it. Somehow I just missed that over the years. And friends reached out to me like, Michael, I'm sorry, what? Would you please repeat that?
Right.
You've never tried caramel
Right.
popcorn? So trying it for the first time was incredible. I
Yeah.
loved it.
There's so many little things too, that you don't always get the chance to catch. So there you go. In case you're looking forward to something, caramel popcorn. Even the caramel popcorn, you got to do it at that spot.
Can't beat my caramel chewy bar though. Caramel chewy bar to me,
You still prefer the caramel
I
chewy
still
bar?
prefer the
Okay.
caramel chewy bar.
Yeah.
Don't take away from the other ones, but caramel chewy bar is awesome.
I feel like I have to go back and maybe try again. Maybe I shouldn't. Too much sugar.
Well, no, you should.
If this qualifies as desserts, for me it kind of does because it's sugary. You think about slushies, and for me the number one slushie, and which I would also qualify as a dessert, is that Night Blossom.
Okay, good.
You know that's
I thought you
number
were
one.
going to say Hades Temptation for a minute.
No, Heidi's
Okay.
Temptation was good, and it's like very
sure.
similar to the Night Blossom. To me, it's no Night Blossom.
Okay, good.
It's like similar in the ballpark and slushy wise. I'd say it's up there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But Night Blossom is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
American Dream, you're going to like American Dream when we try it.
Right.
But I don't think it will compare to in terms of Night Blossom.
Yeah.
Night Blossom is just out of this world.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep. So those are some of my favorite foods, favorite dining options that come to mind. Just the places that I want to go back to over and over again, sort of blown away by. Your favorite food choices, favorite dining venues. Is there anything we missed there? Any other ones you want to touch on?
There's some great ones. In terms of table service dining, I can't miss California Grill upstairs. We're actually in the Contemporary right now, so right above us,
There you
which is
go.
phenomenal. We haven't been. The Cape May Cafe is fantastic. We got to get to Ohana.
Ohana. I was just
Yeah,
thinking about that.
Just
I was
thinking
like,
about Ohana.
when I said it, I'm like, that one was a great one.
Yeah, so we got a reservation. Maybe we'll be able to keep it. Maybe we have to move it. We'll see. But yeah, Ohana's a great one.
Yeah. And there are, it's true, as you think about it, there's so many more that come to mind, Even our experience at Beaches and Cream. That was awesome. I could probably go on about food all
Oh,
day.
sure. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Disney's all about it.
If that's something you want to hear more about, let us know in the comments below. Meanwhile, we were talking about the week so far, how we're acclimating, how we're feeling, what we've done, what we're looking forward to doing.
You'll have to go over what we've done. 'cause
Okay.
I've lost track.
Okay, sounds good. So recently, we had our first water park
Yes.
experience,
okay,
right? Blizzard Beach.
Yep.
And that's one I want to touch on.
Yep, let's
See
talk
how
about
your
that.
feeling was about Blizzard Beach, comparing it to the other parks, and comparing it to Disney Springs, and sort of the feeling you got there, as well as the slides versus the lazy river. Because I got a very different feeling on the slides versus the lazy river. Let's hear your thoughts.
Well, first and foremost, you introduced me to the idea of going to a water park without getting a locker.
Yeah.
That was a big part for me.
Yeah.
I'm always used to getting a locker at a water park for many, many, many reasons.
Yeah.
But the idea that, now we'll go extremely frequently,
Right.
$10 each time makes no sense. So how can we fix that? The
Yep.
idea is not to get a locker.
Right.
But in order to do that, you have to consolidate down. You got to put your licenses and credit cards and keys into like one of those waterproof cases.
Right.
And yes, you could leave it in your bag, but under no circumstance do I recommend that. And I don't think I'm going to do that because
Right.
it's just, if you lose those things, everything in life just turns upside down immediately, and that's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So to me, carrying that little waterproof thing, it makes a lot of sense, and something that really changed the water park feel to me. Because I'm always used to just hanging on to the locker. The locker is a big part of it. Locker. And you got to go for the whole day to make the locker worth it.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I know you were about to say that.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And so instead, it becomes a, let's go, we don't need a locker, so now we don't have to spend the whole day.
Right.
And I know you're going to mention this in a minute, we got rained out.
Right.
We got rained out, what, 2 hours?
Yeah.
Hour, 2.5 hours?
Very shortly
Whatever
after getting there.
It
an hour or
was,
two.
we were totally rained out. We did get a locker, so it was like, there's 2.5 hours. Oh, we only got the locker for 2.5 hours. If we hadn't had the locker, it would be like no problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big part of it. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. That's exactly what I'm thinking about. It's like the long-term sustainable approach, and also the approach where you feel comfortable, going for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, an afternoon, whatever. Say, let's go for a couple hours, then head back to a park. Mm-hmm. Or let's go for a couple hours, head to springs, head to resorts, whatever it is. Or let's start our morning in the resorts and then head there at night. That flexibility and feeling like you can without to get a locker, we have to go the whole day to make it make sense. I think that's a huge freeing piece of it for me.
Because otherwise you're going to say, do we really want to go?
Right.
Because when you have to say that, something's wrong.
Right.
You want to be able to say, let's go.
Yeah.
I feel like a water park.
Exactly.
Let's go and do it. So I think there'll be more water parks in the future. I loved it. Oh, speaking of the lazy river, loved that.
Yep.
That was awesome. Sitting in the YouTube was the best. Yes. I want to do more of that.
Yep.
How do we do more of that?
I love sitting in the YouTube.
I just realized how that makes sense. It was a U-shaped tube instead of a circle-shaped tube, but it was truly awesome. Mm-hmm. And then you did, what was it? Slush? No, it wasn't Slush Gusher. You did Slush Gusher and Humunga Cowabunga. I've lost the name of it
I
already.
forgot what they're called specifically at Blizzard
Beach is not Cowabunga. It's Summit Plummet.
Summit Plummet.
I remember. It took me a minute.
Yeah.
But did you like it?
I thought it was awesome. I had not been on Summit Plummet ever before.
First time.
And I thought it was great. I was initially worried about the slide burn, if you will, which I've experienced many times.
Yes.
And you're right. It almost goes too fast to get a slide burn.
Yes.
But it was super cool. Super cool.
I feel like I want to do Summit Plummet more than I want to do Slush Gusher.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes. And I guess for me it was almost like nerve-wracking to be launched up into the air on Slush Gusher like 3 times over. You almost feel more comfortable going the 50 miles an hour, if you will, than you do kind of getting off that slide. Because these ramps will, I feel like they'll launch you for a second.
It does.
It's scary.
I didn't like being launched.
Yeah.
I did not. You worry. You've seen those online videos where it's like people like get launched off a slide and it's like, get hurt or whatever. And I know this would never happen at Disney, but I didn't like that feeling. I was like, oh my gosh. And so it was, I think I'm going to avoid Slush Gusher, but Summit Plummet's awesome. And that doesn't make sense. Like logically, if you look at the two and you're like, no, Summit Plummet, no.
It's so true. The way they set it up, visually, you're like, oh no, that one's more intense.
Yeah. Summit Plummet was awesome.
Yeah. My favorite part of that whole experience and the most relaxing piece, one of the most relaxing things I felt was that laser.
Oh
Agreed.
My God.
I love sitting here on YouTube. So
yeah.
No, the U-shaped tube on that river was amazing for sure.
Yeah, that was a good find too, because I kind of wonder why there aren't more of those U-shaped tubes in the lazy river.
Yeah.
Because they're so nice. They're so nice. So having that, if you find one, make sure you use it because they're awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And looking forward to more adventures ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Typhoon Lagoon. Still have to do that right around the corner. Looking forward to a lot more dining options as well. Mm-hmm. Is there something that you would like to hear more about? Let me know. Always open to hearing what your thoughts are, what you're interested in. Happy to share it with you. Thanks for being a part of it. Let us know what you think. Until next time.
Have a magical day.
And game on. We'll see you real soon. Thanks.